Open the Network tab on the last thing you shipped. The median web page now pushes 691 kilobytes of JavaScript to a phone, wrapped inside a 2.6 megabyte page. That is, the middle of the web in July 2026, and both figures climbed again this year. Here is what should bother you. Most of that payload exists to reconstruct something your server already had. Take hydration because it usually gets explained wrong. React does not repaint on load. The server HTML is already on screen and React attaches to it. But attaching means every component function executes a second time in the browser to rebuild the tree in memory. You rendered once on the server. You render again so the buttons answer. The field data backs this up. In June 2026, 70.7% of React origins hit good INP on mobile. The web as a whole managed 81.1. WordPress managed 90.9. Median JavaScript on a React site, 1,321 kilobytes, against 733 across the web. So what goes in its place? 3 parts. Part 1, the server. PHP still powers 70.6% of sites whose backend is identifiable. That is throughput, not sentiment. Version 8.5 arrived on the 20th of November 2025 and made OPcache non-negotiable, compiled straight into the binary and always loaded. And the model stays trivial. A page is HTML with gaps where data lands. Loop the orders, echo a row, return something finished. Your template and your response are the same artifact. No contract gets ratified twice. Part 2. Transport. HTMX is a single script tag, 16 kilobytes gzipped, no dependencies, no build step. Its whole premise is one question. Why do anchors and forms get to be the only elements that speak to the server? Drop hx-post on a button. It issues the request, takes whatever HTML returns, and writes it into the node you nominated. Nothing re-renders on the client. The work was finished upstream. It showed up assembled. Count what leaves, serializers, fetch wrappers, a cache you were hand-holding. That entire JSON tier evaporates, and it was where your bugs lived. This scales well past one button. Type-ahead filtering costs 2 attributes plus a debounce you never wrote. Same story for edit in place, endless scroll, panels that load only once they are scrolled into view. Add hx-boost to your links, and full navigations quietly become partial swaps, so a server-rendered site picks up that app-like feel, while history and the URL keep behaving. Part 3. The browser. Careful here because the hype badly outruns the support. The honest breakdown, today. Ship with no fallback. The has selector, which cleared widely available last month. The dialog element. Details and summary. Container queries. Native nesting, cleared in June. Ship on evergreen. The popover attribute. It hit baseline in January 2025, not 2024. Because light dismiss stayed broken on iOS until Safari 18.3. You get top layer and click outside to close. You do not get placement. Anchor positioning is still limited availability. Do not rely on. Scroll-driven animations, still off by default in Firefox. Cross-document view transitions, in Chrome for 2 years and never in Firefox. Progressive enhancement only. And let us retire this genre's favorite lie. Zero JavaScript is not a thing. HTMX is JavaScript, 16 kilobytes of it. The honest version is that you stop authoring it. Receipts. In 2022, a French SaaS called Context moved a production React frontend onto Django templates and HTMX. Frontend dropped from 21,500 lines to 7,200, a 67% cut. JavaScript dependencies fell from 255 to 9. Builds went from 40 seconds to 5. Self-reported, one content-heavy product, and still the cleanest published number in this argument. Now where it breaks, because it does. High-frequency client state, collaborative editors, canvas tools, spreadsheets. Every keystroke turns into a round trip, and the library will fight you for all of them. Reach for a real framework there and feel nothing about it. Where it wins. Any backend that already speaks HTML, Laravel, Rails, Django, go. admin panels, dashboards, CRUD, content sites. Two-person teams who would rather land the feature by Friday than lose Friday to build configuration. So no, React is not over, and whoever monetizes that headline knows it. The narrower claim is the useful one. For an enormous share of what people actually build, the bundle, the rehydration, and the serialization tier were never load-bearing. You carried them because the ecosystem handed them to you, not because the problem asked.